Oh, it's just Blane, Courtney Pearl, parallel frequencies. We need a sound effect or something right there, don't we? Like a,
Good old radio show, just like.
I do have a soundboard. We'll see if we can get that hooked up for another time. But that is also like a lot of extra work. So I don't know. This is
Yeah.
kind of
Well, less so when they had the little tapey thingies. I don't even know how that works, but at radio stations where they're like, ka-tink, 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 you had to,
do you know that
push the button.
I've actually been trained. I did radio a long time ago, and I have put those tapes in and swapped it out to make the sound effects. When I first started radio, we were actually cutting tape and putting it back together to make edits. Yeah, I'm probably aging myself, but we also learned that in my college courses. So
Well,
good times,
that's just like what Rockin' Robin's doing in season 5 right now.
right? Those
Spoiler
cart.
alert for those.
I told many people that Steve in the Squawk, it's called the Squawk, right? Is that the radio
Right.
station? I told people that he killed the essence, and I mean it in a good way. I mean, he got it down of how you do that. He was thinking about what she was going to say before she even said it. And that's how he's swapping the tapes out, getting the sound effects together. He hit the rubber chicken on the wall.
Yeah.
All old school radio. And
I know.
he crushed it. I hope that what's his name? Joe Keery? That's who played Steve, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope that he went and had some radio classes. If he didn't, he's just a natural, and I need him on my team over here, you know?
You know what? We'll ask him when we get to interview him. Joe, if you're out there, we're looking for an interview. So give us a call. My people call your people. We'll do this.
Yeah, man. And by that, she means just call her directly. We can put the phone number out there. Because that's her people.
Hey, I will give Steve Harrington my phone number. I don't mind. I'm married, but
I'll give him mine. You know, look at these coffee cups. Did you just see these coffee cups I got? I just looked at it.
So cute. Look at that kitty cat.
Yes, but this is
That's
my favorite.
something I would drink out of. Yeah.
It's coffee. We got to have our daily coffee. What are you drinking?
Yeah, coffee, mocha. Same thing I have every day.
Homemade? Or yeah, that's right. Because I'll just say mine's homemade too, because we don't have a coffee sponsor yet, so we're not going to start naming off where it comes from.
Hey, listen, if I could name my top 5 sponsors I want to get, I would say bread, coffee. That would be my top 5.
I love that. We could live off bread and coffee, right? I need a cannabis sponsor.
I could.
A cannabis sponsor legally. None of the illegal stuff. I'm not putting that out there. We want the cannabis sponsors with the medically cleared, all that kind of stuff. Hit us up. Your people can hit up my people. I mean, my direct phone number, same as Courtney's. So we can do that, right?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Check this out. My buddy this morning hit me up, and it's so funny because he sent me he's a Twitch streamer, Ryan McBain. I'll throw his name out there. And he always sends me these fun things that he puts together for his Twitch stream and his Discord channel and all that stuff. And he sends me a green screen version of the main character from Pluribus in a great, I don't know, I won't even tell you what she says. I can't actually, because I mean, I guess we could be explicit, but she says it in Spanish. It's hilarious. You'll know the scene if you've already saw the show. But he sends me that, and it gets me to thinking about Pluribus some more. And I'm at that point where it's like appointment television. I know when that show comes out, and I'm ready to see it as soon as it comes out. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got my shows like that, too. Yeah, your list of like, okay, on Monday I need to watch this, and on Tuesday this new one comes out, and that one. Yeah.
What did we do before?
It's like the good old days, right?
What happened? Do you remember the days before DVR and on demand? It was like you had to be there in your seat on the couch, remote, volume up, no pausing, none of that.
Yep. My family and I had like a schedule, like that we knew what came out what night and our favorite shows and what night they were on. So it was kind of fun and exciting to be like, okay, Thursday's coming up. It's Must See TV Thursday on NBC. All my lineup of favorite sitcoms are going to be on that one, that night, and TGIF Fridays and Simpsons on Sunday. It's that kind of stuff.
TGIF was that's my jam. I'm a child of the 80s, 90s, whatever, all that. Boy Meets World. Oh my God, Topanga.
Is she
Topanga.
not the best? I watched Dancing with the Stars for her this season and Robert Irwin. The
Yeah.
two of them, and I don't even watch Dancing with the Stars normally. That's not usually my jam, but I was like, oh my gosh, Topanga's gonna be on. I love.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Danielle Official. She's on Instagram. You'll see if you see any post of hers, you'll see liked by at Just Blaine's World. Like I'm her biggest fan.
Yeah.
I love Danielle Official,
Me too.
Topanga. But TGIF, we should talk about that one day. What other sitcoms did
Mm,
you watch? I got a whole list that I could go through, but what was another
yeah,
one?
yeah.
What was
Oh well, we've
another
talked
one?
about Cheers, and I mean, I would watch rewatches of Cheers. That was maybe a little bit past my time. I was watching it like when I was really little, and then
Yeah.
I'd rewatch it. But Friends, Will and Grace, those were all on like the NBC, must see TV lineup. Those were all my favorites. Loved all of those.
Do you have
Malcolm
a
in the
favorite?
Middle.
Oh, there you go. They talked about reviving that with
Ah,
Bryan Cranston.
I love every single person on that show, and I love that show and the writing and everything. But I will be honest, I had to take a hiatus from watching it at all when my boys were born.
Oh, I bet.
Since they've been little, you got boys too, I related a little too much to the mom Lois in that, and the frustration of raising boys and everything, and it hit a little too close to home to be funny to me for a few years, and I'm just now getting back into it. So we've been watching it with the family, with the boys, and sometimes I watch it with my kids and I go, see, that's what you're like, that's what you do.
That's funny. That's funny. You know what? I got another favorite. Let me show you something that I got as a gift, and I'm gonna see if you can guess the show. But check this out. Now, this is a starter jacket from the '90s, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, do you see the school on it? Minnesota State.
Minnesota State. Okay. Yeah.
Now, on the front of this jacket, this is a starter. This is an actual starter jacket, and here's the tag on it, and it's the Minnesota State Screaming Eagles. This is not a real school.
Who's that from?
This is the football team that Hayden Fox, Craig T. Nelson coached in the TV show Coach. I've got
What?
the starter jacket right here
I
for a
totally
fictional
forgot about that.
school, and this is one of my prized possessions. But yeah, that was one of
Oh
my favorite TV
man,
shows.
I loved Coach too, but I don't think I paid any attention when that show was on to the sports part of it. I
Oh,
think I
oh,
blocked all that out and I
I've
just
got
focused on characters.
now. I'll tell you how deep I went into the sports part of Coach. Me and my buddy Alex Hardy, super producer Alex Hardy, he's got a hand at producing this show. He's Jim Rome's producer. He's produced a whole bunch of stuff out there. I lived with this guy for a couple years. We watched Cheers. We watched all these shows. So we used to drink a lot. Yeah, believe it or not. And maybe smoke. But, it was in California, so that stuff was legal out there. So I don't want anybody out there getting crazy about it. Let's say our minds started spinning a little bit. We started taking notes of the dialogue and Coach of when Hayden's win-losses were mentioned, right? And we were trying to figure out Hayden's actual
I know where this is going.
college football record because it's not out there. We worked on this for years. I'm talking about years. I found the notes the other day, handwritten. I put them through ChatGPT and said, take these notes, cross-reference it with all the scripts of Coach, and put this together and help me find out what Hayden Fox's record was. I think he was like 60 and I don't know. I'll have to get it. It was 60 and 20 or something. 60 wins, 20 losses. He had like a 66% win percentage, but it helped it out. So we put the mystery of what Hayden Fox's record was to bed. I mean, the only people that it was a mystery to was me and Alex because nobody else gives a crap about that.
Yeah, I'm like that. You guys had time on your hands. Good luck to you. But I thought it'd be interesting if you partnered it with like wins and losses of actual teams going on at the time, and then start to predict who is going to win
We could do that.
based on what they said in an episode of Coach at the time. Oh, that would have been amazing.
I think we might have
Start
to.
making
That might be.
bets.
Alex, you hear that? Me and you got a new we got a new project now. So we figured out
Find the
Hayden's record.
patterns in the
But let's see
matrix.
how let's see how it fits into the actual seasons of those years. I like that. Now you got me working more, Courtney. Dang.
So now you got to sit down and do that, or ask Chat GPT to do it for
I
you.
guess I'm gonna have to rewatch my favorite school, Minnesota State Screaming Eagles. I like to say I was I'm an alumni of, because people are like, "Oh, that's awesome! And you went to Minnesota State?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's not a Minnesota State Screaming Eagles." So fictional school, I love it. Fictional Stranger Things 2. That's where we're going today.
Let's get to it.
I think we need to
Let's
talk
talk
about
about it.
the overall, just like we did with Stranger Things 1, we gotta do that with Stranger Things 2. If you've seen the recaps, awesome. If you haven't, go watch those first, because we're not gonna do the recap here. This is more about, like, the actors themselves, just everything going on behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
You're just gonna get a little chance to peek inside our brains and sort around a little bit. We're gonna offer that up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And season 2 picks up. It's a year after Will escapes Upside Down, and Hawkins, it's not safe. Will's visions are hinting that something bigger is coming, a giant shadow creature, which we find out is the Mind Flayer. I love the Mind Flayer. One of my favorite characters, I
Well,
guess.
yeah,
I
the
love the name.
theories going on right now about Mind Flayer and how potentially Vecna is actually under the Mind Flayer's control instead of the other way around. Like, people are coming out with these fan theories that are fascinating. I'm like, maybe let's find out.
Yeah, no, but I love the fan theories. I love people putting all these theories out there, no matter how crazy they are. I mean, I said a crazy one on yesterday's show. I said that Vecna is Pennywise. Like, that's a
Yeah,
crazy fan theory.
I could see
There's,
it.
there's probably no relation, but it's similar. He's feeding off of fear, it's that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But I really I still think that Stranger Things season 2 just kept that momentum going. It kept the phenomenon itself going, and it wasn't going to go anywhere. But they didn't fail with this season either. I thought it was a solid season. The kids all
Yeah.
show up all grown up. That's funny. They're a lot older.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe that a year has passed, and I mean, I think they can kind of get away with it. Kids do grow a lot in a year and change a lot in a year, especially in that middle school age. So maybe they got away with it, but I think it's been amazing overall. Just thinking about how long this show has been on, and these kids have all been in it, and they've been able to, keep the same cast, and these kids grow up through the years, and they've continued to do the show. It's amazing to me.
I mean, they added to the cast. They added not just some extra characters, but like main characters. You get Mad Max. Max is in there. Billy, Bob Newby, Sean Astin. Like,
so exciting for all those Lord of the Rings fans and everything, those Goonies fans. I mean, I think everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's him! It's that guy!" What did you think of Bob?
Oh, I love Bob. I mean, I think the Goonies reference, that's the best. That's the best, because that fits the time frame of when the Stranger Things is set, and it's like, wait a minute, wouldn't they be watching him as a child? Yeah, but that's a whole other.
I think they should have done that. I love it when they break the fourth wall in movies and shows. I mean, I just love it. I love when cameos show up. I love that stuff. So it would have been funny if, like, in the script somewhere they said, like the Goonies, or, made a reference to the Goonies movie, and to have Bob there go, "I've not seen that movie," or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. I'm going to tell you, there is a Goonies reference in season 5, episode 1. Not a spoiler, but there is a Goonies reference that I noticed that I don't know if a lot of people have really, really paid attention to. But as 11 is running, and that's all I'll say, no spoilers, as she's running, the clothes she's wearing, go check out Josh Brolin in the Goonies and look at his clothes.
Oh, okay. I didn't put that together. That's good.
It's there. Josh Brolin, his character had the sweatsuit and the headband and all that, and an 11 is wearing the same thing in season 5 episode 1 as she's running. I thought
There
that
you
was
go.
a great Easter egg, maybe a little, you know,
Little nod.
yeah, without being too over it, without coming out and saying, "Hey, I saw that movie, The Goonies," and Sean Astin saying, "Oh, I haven't seen it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Obviously,
but I
that's a
did.
little bit more
We
blatant
get
and literal, but
but Billy, we get Billy in this season, and I think Billy, he was Steve from season 1's. He was the new bad boy and made Steve look good as the
oh
bad guy.
yeah.
Billy is a
Yeah.
big hit. He's all the bad things. He's all the bad things you can think of, and it's even worse when he gets taken over. Like they wrote
Yeah.
this character really well. The Duffer Brothers really did wonders with Billy and a character development and making us hate this guy so much, and
Yeah.
then you're cheering for him at the end when he's
Yeah.
like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, the arc, the complexity of it, and later it's going to play out. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we go over the other seasons, but it plays out with like he showed no redeeming qualities really at all. And yet Max is still tortured over his death later. And you just see that whole when we get a glimpse into his past and his experiences and why he's kind of a jerk. He's not been treated well either, and like
Yeah,
that complexity where it's like nothing is ever just so black and white. Steve's character arc of being kind of a jerk and kind of really just a typical jock,
that's it.
masculine high
Alpha.
school kid. Yeah, and kind of like I feel entitled to make out with this girl and have her take her clothes off for me, like that kind of dude in season 1, into this guy who eventually is having conversations like, I've always wanted to have like 6 kids and take them on family vacations, and
Yeah,
that sweetheart guy. You're like, aw, that's a guy I would date, right?
absolutely. And that's the character arc of Steve continues to him becoming basically this hero, like this 80s action.
Hero, mommy, watching
He's
out for the kids,
he's like
babysitter.
every guy wants to be him and every woman wants to be with him. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of how it is with
yeah,
Steve, and they did a really good job. I think that's a testament to Joe Carey. I think that's
yeah.
really
He plays
I've
it
seen
well. I
reviews.
mean, it's well rounded rather than just being a 2-dimensional character. And Billy, the same thing. I did want to say about Bob though. I mean, just in the nature of the show, the way that it's set up, the way that season 1 went, I really relate to some people that were saying online, like, I didn't know if I could trust Bob. When Bob first showed up in the series, we're skeptical, right? We're a little bit like, what does he want with
Yep.
Joyce? What does he want? Why is he so pushy? He's a little pushy. He's like, we should move in together. Let's
Yeah.
go move away to Maine. And then he was kind of like, oh, I know, too fast. I'm silly. But it makes you kind of just a little, which by the way, I just want to point out that might be just a reflection of how women feel about men in general. We're all a little suspicious. What do you want with me? Why are you so nice? Are you really nice or do you want something? That kind of
I don't
plays
think
into the whole, that's just kind of how we feel all the
I,
time.
I think that's okay though. I think women should feel that way. I mean, you
Yeah.
should
Well,
be
we
kept.
shouldn't have to feel that way
No.
if the world was different and men didn't make us scared all the time. But it is a reflection of kind of how that feeling is, right? Where Bob
Yeah.
shows up and you're just kind of like, do we trust this Bob guy? And then come to find out throughout the season 2, he was an
Sweetheart.
angel. He was a
Sweetheart.
sweetheart.
Could you imagine the hate the Duffer Brothers would have got if they would have made Sean Astin's Bob a bad guy?
Yeah. Would have been a great twist. Would have been a great, like, I did not see that coming. Bob seemed so nice. And then he would like turn out to be working for Hawkins Lab or something,
You know what? I'll make a crazy guess here. If they would have done that, I think the show would have tanked. I think it would
I
have.
think so.
I think it would have pissed people off enough.
You're probably right.
because Sean Astin is loved. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
met Sean. I've met him at FanX. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I would have loved to.
Oh,
And he was the great. His line was crazy, and I saw him with every single person, shaking hands, hugging, talking,
mm-hmm.
taking time with people he doesn't know. That
Yeah.
takes that's incredible to me. It takes a lot to be that type of person. I couldn't imagine if they'd have made him a bad guy. That'd have been
Yeah.
yeah. There's people that would have. I bet they'd have got death
Living
threats.
mine. Yeah.
I might be
You're
stretching a
probably
little
right.
far. Maybe. You know what? I love the 80s references all over the place. The subtle ones, but the big ones make it even more special. The Ghostbusters outfits and stuff like that. Like to
Yep.
me, I was like, oh, that's where I went trick or treating. That was me. The same
Totally.
year. You know, it's fun to
We had
see.
proton packs too. And I was born a year after this season was supposed to have taken place. So that would have been probably 6 years after that. So it would have been the early 90s ish time period. But we were like walking around with our proton packs and then playing Ghostbusters and all the things.
I wish I
Totally.
still had one. I need a proton pack. How do I have a Minnesota State Screaming Eagle jacket for a
And not
fake
a
skull,
proton pack.
but not a
How are you going to catch those ghosts? You got to catch those ghosts and go into different dimensions. That's what we played a lot when I was a kid. But speaking of like the suspicion of Bob, that's kind of what ended up happening with Dr. Owens, right?
yeah,
With Paul Reiser.
yep,
He was another new character in season 2, playing the doctor that's taking care of Will, checking up on him, making sure like he's okay. And again, Joyce puts her trust in this guy.
yeah.
And I mean, we're not saying he's a total bad guy or anything, but the fact that he's kind of got this other agenda and works with the scientists in the lab and things like that, you're just not totally sure where
Nah,
he's coming from.
there's a lot of that going on though. You kind of do have this. Oh, there could be a twist at any minute. Like you have an
Yeah.
unsettling feeling about a lot of characters, especially
Yeah.
early on when we meet them. I think that's by design, really, because
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it's by
Keeps you.
design. I think it's by design by the Duffer Brothers because, and I hate to say this, but I think they've already said this. A lot of this stuff wasn't planned from the beginning. So they were writing as they went. So if you leave it open-ended, sure, you can flip these characters to the good or bad side. But in season 1, you see Joe Keery's
Yeah.
character written as this total awful human being, and it's a huge transition to go to the good. But they leave everybody else kind of ambiguity to it, so it's like we can go either way.
Yeah.
Vecna wasn't thought about in season 1, but when they were
Right.
writing it,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of things that were major plot points later on that were not even it wasn't thought about. So
Yeah.
it might have been
This is
thought
why I
about.
have questions. I want to know what people think about. That's why I challenged in yesterday's episode. I challenge people, especially if you're a real fan of the show, you've really, really dug in. I want to know, like, do you think that those monsters, like the Demogorgon and the Mind Flayer, were already there in the Upside Down when that, or did like the Upside Down not even exist at all until Elle pushed Henry into it?
Yeah,
Like, did that create another alternate dimension or something? I want to know what are people thinking? Because yeah, if they didn't plan it and they didn't write that out that way, there's no way to really know unless we get that confirmation from them as they're coming out with new episodes, right? I want to know what
absolutely.
people think. I'm super curious what their theories are about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us up with those. And if you haven't followed us yet, it's YouTube at Parallel Frequencies Daily. Get that right?
Give it to me. I want all those questions. I want all those theories. I want to know what you think. I'm dying to know, actually. Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
There was a scene in here that it hit hard. And it's the scene with Billy and his dad. His
mm-hmm.
and that's Dacre Montgomery played Billy. And Neil Hargrove, that was his dad, Will Chase. But Billy Dacre in real life told the Duffer Brothers that I can't just play bad because nobody's just bad. And that's what the
Exactly.
scene with him and his father was really doing, was setting up and storytelling why Billy was such a bad person. And
Yeah.
I think that's the turning point in there where you start hating Billy, but you start feeling sorry for him and what he's going through, because
Yeah.
that's a hard scene to watch. It really is. It's
Well,
tough.
it just goes to show, and it's the thing that I talk about on Practically Magic, and I will shout it from the rooftops until the day I die, is that you really can't know why another person does what they do unless you understand that they have completely different experiences. People are always trying to get a need met, right? And they don't always know, growing up and what experiences they've had, how to get that need met in the same way that you have figured out how to get that need met. So if you look at Billy's arc and you look at who he is, it really highlights the human experience of, Max could just see like, gosh, my brother is this new brother, this stepbrother that I've got, like that I've been
Yeah,
thrown into a family with, is horrible. He's just so horrible and mean and awful. You can even see Max give compassion when she's
yeah,
like talking to Lucas and she's like, he's had a rough go. Like it's his dad's not nice to him. It's rough for him. For her to be able to see that and see that Billy acts out in a way that maybe he has no control over his own life. Maybe
yeah,
he feels like I've never gotten love and connection. I've never felt like I have any control, especially after, losing his mother and
yeah,
how that probably affected him. So he's seeking control by being kind of an a-hole. Oh, okay, I'll say it. He's an asshole to
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
He's just like, he's searching for that certainty, that control, and that connection with people, even if it's negative, even if it's icky.
yeah. I think you're
That's what I
right.
have to say.
I think that's it. Let's talk about 11 and
Her arc there.
her arc, her coming out, really. Uh,
Yeah,
she gets to show emotions and w- what I might ask you this because I think you identify as a girl, as a female,
I do
uh, for the most
for
part.
now.
Yeah. Um, but is the way Millie Bobby Brown played 11 in season 2, is that what a girl of that age would be going through? Is that how
A
her?
prepubescent, budding young woman.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate aside from the powers. Although I think all girls wish they had a little bit of those magical powers because
Oh yeah.
girls want to feel powerful in a world where we're powerless. But I think 11's story in this season is really cool because you see her isolation first. You
Hmm.
see how that affects her. You see the emotional turmoil that she's going through of missing her friends and missing out. She's not getting to go trick or treating. She knows her friends are going trick or treating. She has never even been trick or treating. She grew up in a lab, for crying out loud. She's like, what is this trick or treating? I want to do this. I want to dress up like a ghost. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. The scene with her in the kitchen when she scares Hopper is my favorite. I'll just say that real quick. It's my favorite. When he's like, "What?" and she's like, "Ghost."
Yeah.
So funny. But yeah, you see her go through just using her powers to connect with Mike, and then these clandestine kind of almost meetings with Mike throughout, where when she kind of escapes her isolation, she tries to find Mike in the school and sees him hanging out with Max, and to her it looks like he's got this new friend and
Hmm.
this new connection, and the feeling of that. I mean, we can all relate. Go back to when you were 12. If your friends went all out and like went to go hang out without you and you
Yeah.
found out and nobody told you and didn't invite you, that hits close to home for me, for
And
sure.
and if you see your boy crush hanging out with another female,
Yeah.
your mind is already going, "Oh my gosh, he's already replaced me." Like,
Yeah. You see them smiling and joking, even though that's not really what was happening in the conversation. Mike is so loyal to Elle that he almost makes Max feel totally rejected, which is
yeah,
not cool. And being that was probably the age that I moved to Utah from Indianapolis, where I grew up. I was about that age. And man, do I have trauma about like fitting in and belonging and, well, who's going to accept me? Who's going to invite me in their friend group? Who really, really, really actually includes me in their friends? Because when you move into a small town where everybody grew up together and they already have their tight knit friends, that is a tough shell to crack. And Max, that's exactly what she's facing. She's like, you guys have all grown up together. I'm just this like extra person that I have to try to figure out how to be included.
I wonder if there was any of
Relatable.
that. Yeah, I wonder if there was any of that going on, like behind the scenes, where the kids they already had their core group from season one.
Yeah.
When Max uh, came into the fold as a new cast member, did they play the click games like they do in school? Did they make her feel like that? I wonder. I doubt it. I highly doubt it because I've been on film sets and stuff, and most people are there working together no matter what. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
you're there for a job, you know what you gotta do. I doubt that happened, but a lot of times I do know that if writers, directors, or whatever are trying to portray that on the screen, they will keep the actors separate from one another. They just did it with Welcome to Derry. They kept
Mm.
Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise, they kept him away from the entire cast.
Oh, yeah.
Until when, but they kept him away for a long, and
It
it's
makes sense.
for a reason. So it's for a reason. But I wonder if there was any of that going on. I doubt it unless it was programmed that way, unless it was by design. I don't know. That's just me throwing
Yeah.
out whatever. I do know Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bonbon. Now, by the way, did you know she changed her name today?
This is
She
news
is
to me.
she got married. She's Millie Bonbon.
Millie
Uh
Bon Bon. Of that.
let me
That
get the real
rolls
name.
off the tongue so nicely. She's, yeah.
She changed her name
Millie
just
Bon
today,
Bon.
and it's Millie Bonnie Bongiovi. That's her name now. It's her married name, but she's going by Millie Bonbon. I love it.
Millie Bon Bon. It's so cute. Okay.
Her favorite scene to film, the snowball dance, right there at the high school, at the gym. That was
Oh,
how could it not be,
cute.
right? How could that not be? I love that scene. I thought it was great. Uh, they actually shot that in a real school gym, bunch of extras.
Mm.
Definitely her favorite scene. She also loved exploring independence. Eleven's independence is what she got to explore in this season.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it shows. She did a great job. Lots of other actors that made a debut in here. Maury. We got Maury. We got the crazy Russian guy.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah,
he,
I forgot
he
about him. I actually forgot that he enters the season because of Barb. I completely
yes,
forgot that until I rewatched it.
we
I was
will
like,
talk more
why
about
does he
him
show up? What's he for?
because
Yeah.
season 3 is really where he gets going. Uh,
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
so, but he is in this season. And we're going to talk about him a lot because I love his character. And yeah, I'll start going now if you give me a chance. But we'll get to him.
I'll call him the king of sarcasm. That's how I know him. I like he's the jokes. Yeah, he's great.
There's a lot of other stuff that we can touch on for season 2, but some of it will come up later. The real things from this cultural impacts, Eggo waffles, they still stayed iconic. Kate Bush wasn't here yet,
Right.
but they still had that
Right.
synth wave playlist. The hashtag, the memes, the hashtags. Justice for Barb evolved into hashtag Justice for Bob in this season.
Oh yeah,
And
that makes
it was,
sense. Yeah.
but season 3, we're gonna get to that. I love season 3.
Yes.
Court Mall, the Russians, the most metal moment in TV history. Am I right? Coming
Mm-hmm.
up
I
in here
can't
too.
wait. Cannot wait for that. Yeah. So many good moments. For final thoughts, though, I would say pay attention to curses because I think this season 2, seeing the crops all dying was
That's
a
right.
really key element for me that stood out because, and I've talked about this before in folklore, the idea of crops dying or plague among the animals and things like that, that was often associated with the Fae folk.
Ah,
Later, it was associated with witches and why witches were cursing the land or whatever. But originally started out as we've upset the Fae in some way. We need to do something. We need to make some offerings. We need to do, and that was kind of the cultural thing of ancient times. So it's interesting to see how all the crops, the pumpkins, everything's dying on all the farms. You see that gooey stuff on the trees.
yeah.
And then later it's referenced as actual curses, like that, oh, Hawkins is cursed. And we're gonna see that a lot more coming up.
Let's dive into the curses then when we talk
Yeah.
about Stranger Things 3 and 4, because we're gonna do that, and we're gonna get to 5. We may just do them again. Like, we might end it and then just start again and do them all. I don't know. But I love this show.
Got
But we're
so
gonna keep
much to
talking about.
watch.
Yeah, but follow us, Just Blane, Courtney Pearl. We got our own channels. Throw yours out there first.
Yeah, go find us on Practically Magic. That's Practically Magic with a CK because it's magic, not magic. Voila, pull a bunny out of a hat. It's magic in the real world. So if you want to hear more about what we discuss in healing, energetics, witchcraft, paganism, all that good stuff, go find me on Practically Magic.
Love it. I follow that channel. And mine is at Just Blaine's World across the board. Go find me. Go check out all my stuff. At Parallel Frequencies Daily, you'll find both of us. We're going to keep uploading content that we've done in the past too to that channel. Some has been seen, some has not. We've got tons of celebrity interviews we're going to start working in that me and you've done. And I've talked to, I got a list of people I've talked to that we'll start
That's
playing
old
some of
hat
our,
for you. You've been all over the LA scene.
right? But until next time, deuces.